All right, so now let's create some textures just to see what is going on. It doesn't need to be perfect. We just want to have some textures for now in my final render. So when I create the cinematic in the end, so just to show off what we achieved, I will just reassign materials, switch them out, and do like until I'm really like completely satisfied. Because textures, getting the right texture in the end, it's not really that easy. Because it needs to really pop out, it needs to look good. So, but for now, let's just get maybe a grass and the soil and the rock texture and all that. Like, let's get some good nice texture. So on Polyhaven, it's all free, which is amazing. So let's go to terrain and let's search for. Okay, so they don't have a grass hierarchy here. So let's just scroll and let's search for a nice grass texture here. You can also go on fab.com, just go on fab.com/sellers/Quixel. And then when you're here on the Quixel page of Fab, you can just search for grass or something different you wanna have. And then you can just also like download things here. You can even download only the textures, for example, and then you can create your own foliage. You can model your own foliage if you want, and you can just use that. We have a complete separate section just on how to create the foliage. So you can also use those things and create massive amounts of different kinds of foliage for yourself. So yeah, as for foliage, I mean, this is already something you know. What you need is definitely the albedo and the mask. And then on top of that, feel free to use also like the roughness, and then you're already good to go, basically. So normal roughness, albedo, and the mask. Those 4 textures are mandatory to get nice and decent looking grass. So yeah. Okay. Now let me search on Quixel, because they have a lot of different grass textures, and I'm looking for something more like chaotic and more maybe mossy, and I'm not really sure. Something cool. Let me search for wild grass, maybe. What about that? This looks a little bit more like jungle, I believe. So what's this? This looks fine. I like that. So we can use that. Is this the displacement? No, I think this is the roughness. So let's just see how the displacement is going to look. So what you can do, we need to, let me just log in. So of course I mean, you can buy it, but I have an account, and obviously you have an account. So let's just log in, and then you can just download it for free. Okay, so let me just download this. So this is the wild grass, 1K, 2K, and of course we're going to use the 4K. Let me get this. So now we have this. And then feel free to just try to check on Polyhaven and all that stuff. So some of those textures, they're quite nice, but also Quixel, they have really nice textures. So I prefer, currently I prefer the textures on Quixel, like on Fab, made by Quixel. This is what I should say. And we can also get like another texture maybe. So let's try. So no, I don't like, I mean, we go for like something like Nordic forest and stuff. So maybe we should have something more dark. So what about this? I think like this is perfect. This is like a really nice base texture, or like the moss. And we can also maybe just fuse this together. So this lecture is just about creating those those landscape textures. So this is going to be a huge episode, amazing episode, I promise you. So download that. Of course, we want to get the 4K. There's no discussion about that. Of course, we go for high resolution. And then we need a little more. What about this? So this is also looking good. Let me get this wild grass as well. So now you think like he's going on a shopping spree or something, but trust me, we are going to use them all. And we will put them into one nice big texture here. So yeah, boom. Okay, so for that now we have like this type of mossy grass. We have this basic wild grass, the green one, first one, and now we have this dead grass, which has not really saturation. And then I think we should go for something like soil. I really like soil and all that stuff. So let me just check what we have here. Soil and fern could be fine, but we already have something like that. So we should have something maybe with like some small stones, like gravel on soil. This is cool, so let me get that. 4K. Now let's search for like gravel. I really don't have any idea what the difference is between soil and gravel. I don't know, gravel is more like stones and stuff, but let's see. Construction gravel, no. Let's get this mossy rock here. So yeah, this is called mossy rock. We get this for our slope. So they even have 8K, but we should stick to 4K here. Doesn't make any sense if we have this just double the resolution and everything else is not. Doesn't make any sense. And then I think let's just check again for like sand. Let's check for swamp. I'm not sure. So they do have water. Let's get this. So we do have like this sandy dirt forest floor. And I think we're good to go. So we have enough textures. So in all, I want to have 4 different textures. Okay. And you think like, oh my God, this is going to take forever. I will just show you how to get one texture out of that. Like we will mix our own texture, and then we will pack this into albedo, normal, and then the RDO. And so in this lecture, you will learn how to create your own landscape material and to pack it, getting it ready out of the box for this landscape material we just created. So this lecture is pretty important. And then after that, you can just feel free to create different materials like however you want. And I want to get this. Let me get that. Forest floor. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different textures. And out of those seven different textures, we are going to create, like I said, 3 different textures. So we will mix them, make them a little more interesting and a little more like we are going to break some repetition even more and make some cool stuff out of this. So we want to have some unique experience. We want to have some variety. We want to have a signature, because if you just download this and apply this to your landscape, I mean, seriously, this is pretty generic, and you want to be an artist and you want to create your own stuff. So for me, this is enough. So let me just organize that. I will just show you how I organize things regarding the landscape material. I will just get a folder here, pretty simple, and call this landscape materials. And let me get everything here, put this inside, and we start with the first material. And let me check how this is. Okay, this is good. So just right click on the first one and extract here. All right, and then we can just delete the forest floor because we have this already extracted. We do need normal, and we do need roughness, and we do need displacement, but we don't need the specular, gloss, bump, cavity. So what you need basically is only the base color, normal, roughness, ambient occlusion, displacement. So 5 textures. And then we put this one into forest floor. And then we put this into our forest floor. So now this is ready to go. We have another forest floor. So let's extract those textures as well. Then we can delete this as well. And we don't need bump, cavity, gloss, specular, and the JSON. So we only have those 5 textures. And we call this one forest floor 2. So we have 2 types we can use. And then we get another folder called mossy rock. Or in this case, let's leave it. I want to have rock, and it's a prefix, rock mossy. So we know that this is a mossy rock. And let's just put it inside. This is also something you can do, and then just extract this here. I mean, this doesn't need any explanation, to be honest. I think you know what to do. Bump, cavity, gloss, rough, specular, JSON we don't need. Boom, perfect. We create another folder, and we call this one gravel. No, let's call this one soil. We put the gravel on soil into our soil folder. We extract this here and delete the rar. We don't need bump, cavity, gloss, specular, JSON. Boom. And then we have 3 types of wild grass. Perfect. So wild grass 1. Let's put this inside here. And we extract this. So it's repetitive, I know, but we need to prepare. We need to organize things. So that one, delete, and then we delete, of course, bump, cavity, gloss, specular. Boom. And then we get wild grass 2. Put this one into 2. Here, sorry, extract here. Am I recording? Yes. This one we don't need gloss, specular, all that stuff we don't need. And the last one is wild grass 3. Put this one inside this folder, and then we extract this one as well. Delete the rar again, and we delete the JSON, the bump, cavity, gloss, and specular. Boom. Now I will just show you how you can create nice looking textures